Have you ever wondered why Jacob cursed Reuben while blessing his children? What could Reuben have done that led to such harsh words from his father? Reuben, Jacob's firstborn son, held significant promise as the heir to Jacob's legacy. However, his story took a dark turn with a grievous sin that would forever tarnish his position within the family. The sin occurred when Reuben committed an act of betrayal by sleeping with Bilhah, his father's concubine. This act was not merely a personal failure but a profound violation of familial and cultural norms. Bilhah had been given to Jacob by Rachel as a surrogate, and her role in the household was both intimate and influential. By engaging in this act, Reuben not only dishonored his father but also challenged the stability of the family structure. This sin was seen as an affront to Jacob's authority and a disruption to the order of the family. The gravity of Reuben's transgression is underscored by its context. In ancient Near Eastern cultures, such acts were considered serious offenses, carrying both social and spiritual consequences. Reuben's actions demonstrated a lack of respect and stability, qualities that were essential for the firstborn and the future leader of the family. Jacob's response to Reuben's sin was both immediate and severe. The gravity of the act was reflected in Jacob's final blessing, or rather curse, upon Reuben. This moment of judgment would have profound implications for Reuben's future and the inheritance of the family's blessings. As Jacob neared the end of his life, he gathered his sons to bless them and impart final words of wisdom and prophecy. This occasion, known as Jacob's blessing, was also a moment of reckoning for his children. When it came time to speak to Reuben, Jacob's words were marked by disappointment and condemnation. In Genesis 49 verses 3-4, Jacob's words to Reuben were blunt and revealing, "Reuben, you are my firstborn, my might, the first sign of my strength, excelling in honor, excelling in power. Turbulent as the waters, you will no longer excel, for you went up onto your father's bed, onto my couch, and defiled it." These words were a direct response to Reuben's sin, reflecting Jacob's anger and disapproval. The curse had significant consequences for Reuben. As the firstborn, Reuben was expected to inherit a leadership role and a substantial portion of Jacob's blessings. However, the curse effectively stripped him of these privileges, marking him as unstable and unreliable. Reuben's future would be one of diminished influence and honor, contrasting sharply with the potential that his birthright once promised. Jacob's pronouncement also symbolized a broader theme of divine justice and the consequences of moral failure. Reuben's actions had far-reaching effects, not just on his own life but on the future of his descendants and their place within the 12 tribes of Israel. Jacob's life began with a contentious start. Born as the younger twin to Isaac and Rebekah, Jacob's story is one of ambition and rivalry. From the moment he and his brother Esau emerged into the world, their relationship was marked by struggle. Their parents' favoritism only intensified the rivalry, with Jacob often feeling overshadowed by Esau's rugged demeanor and birthright. Jacob's early years were marked by a pivotal incident that would shape his future. Driven by hunger and Esau's impatience, Jacob seized an opportunity to acquire his brother's birthright in exchange for a simple meal of lentil stew. This transaction, though seemingly trivial, had profound implications. It symbolized Jacob's desire for the blessings that came with being the firstborn, even if it meant manipulating circumstances to his advantage. The tension between Jacob and Esau came to a head when Jacob, at his mother Rebekah's urging, deceived his blind father Isaac into giving him the blessing meant for Esau. Disguised in Esau's clothes and covering his arms with goat skins, Jacob successfully received the blessing. When Esau discovered the deceit, he was enraged, vowing to kill Jacob. To escape Esau's wrath, Jacob fled to Paddan Aram, where he would encounter his future wife and father-in-law. In Paddan Aram, Jacob met Laban, Rebekah's brother, and struck a deal to marry his daughters Leah and Rachel. Jacob worked diligently for Laban, but Laban deceived him by substituting Leah for Rachel on the wedding night. Undeterred, Jacob agreed to work an additional 7 years to marry Rachel, whom he loved deeply. Over time, Jacob's family grew with the birth of 12 sons and 1 daughter, Leah's daughter Dinah. These 12 sons would later become the 12 tribes of Israel, forming the backbone of the nation's history. Jacob's story of transformation reached a pivotal moment when he wrestled with a divine being at Peniel. This encounter was both a physical struggle and a spiritual one, symbolizing Jacob's internal conflicts and his quest for a new identity. The wrestling match lasted through the night, with Jacob refusing to let go until he received a blessing. In the midst of the struggle, the divine being touched Jacob's hip, causing him to limp. This physical change was a sign of Jacob's new spiritual state. The divine being then declared that Jacob's name would be changed to Israel, meaning he struggles with God. This new name signified a profound shift in Jacob's identity and purpose, reflecting his personal transformation and his new role as the patriarch of the Israelite people. The name change was not just a personal milestone but a significant marker for Jacob's legacy. As Israel, he would lead his family into a new phase of their journey, marked by the challenges and promises that lay ahead. This transformation underscored the themes of redemption and divine purpose that would characterize the rest of his life and the history of his descendants. The story of Reuben's sin and Jacob's curse serves as a powerful lesson in divine justice and familial responsibility. Reuben's failure to honor his father and uphold the family's values led to a loss of his birthright and position. This narrative highlights the importance of moral integrity and the consequences of failing to uphold one's responsibilities. Jacob's life, including his encounter with the divine and his new identity as Israel, underscores themes of transformation and redemption. Despite Reuben's failings, Jacob's story is one of growth and divine purpose, offering insights into the complex interplay of human actions and divine will. Through these stories, we gain a deeper understanding of the principles of justice, responsibility, and redemption that are central to the biblical narrative.